5, first draft of the year. Fantrax, full PPR, $250. I am picking out of the 9-hole Professional Fanatics. Don't know many of these guys. I've played these public leagues for 4 or 5 years, so I've got to know quite a bit of them. I know Burger King, and that's about it. First of about 22 of these. I don't know how many of them I'm going to stream. Figure I'd stream the first one. ADP is weird. We don't know where these guys are going to go. All right. Well, no surprises. No surprises. I am hoping for Malik Neighbors at 9. We shall see. Broccoli at 4. Should probably set my cue, because I always tell people to do that. Ashton Genty at 7. Gross. You know what's my first draft of the year? You know what? I'm taking Neighbors. Well, I want to take McCaffrey, but who knows? Maybe he falls back to me. I know there's no way Neighbors is falling back. No way. Can I see? I can see you, Cass. What up, man? Wanted to take McCaffrey at 9. I couldn't pull the trigger. Couldn't pull it. You give me a beer, babe?
No.
And there's 2 in the freezer you can put in the fridge. I know. I should have done it, but let's see what I got coming back here. I hate leaving the first 2 rounds without a running back, but Brown, London. I'm fine taking Jonathan Taylor if need be. A-Chain's tough. I'm curious to see where he goes. Like this early of a draft. Did you put a lemon in here?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the best. This early of a draft, like I don't want to take him even at pick 15, and you find out that he's starting the year on IR. It's a possibility, or at least he's not going to be 100%. Can't do it. Won't do it. Fantrax is full PPR, so it's 3 receivers and a flex, so you can start 4 receivers, 4 for a passing touchdown. I suppose the only caveat to that is it's 20 yards per point opposed to 25 per point. So, pocket passers. Oh my God, the motherfucker took Drake London. It's a great pick. Fuck you.
I feel like this is behind.
Yeah, it's always behind. I'm putting Jonathan Taylor. God, his projection's so low. I mean, this dude should just take Henry. McCaffrey Henry is a beautiful start. Glad I took Neighbors, though, because A.J. Brown, I know it's probably just a rusted injury, but the receivers fall off a cliff here. This guy's taking his sweet fucking time. Takes Chase Brown. Okay.
What?
Well, that's why you don't take McCaffrey at 9, because you just end up getting Derrick Henry at 16. It's pretty nice. Capacity's all in on JT. I am too. I'm just not going to take JT ahead of Henry. It's just, I can't do it. JT definitely more receiving upside, but I have a locked-in top 7 running back. Brock Bowers at pick 17? Ooh. It's going to happen. Thomas and London, Collins and St. Brown, so the back-end teams have some pretty stud receiver combos. McCaffrey, and I mean, I love Chase Brown, but I just don't think I can take him ahead of Henry. Nice Henry snag. Thank you. I hear he's pretty good. He's pretty consistent. Devin A-Chain falling to the 19th pick. So the weird thing about ADP is, especially early on, this is the 20th, so 2 weeks before the season starts. I don't believe it. You know, I believe the ECR, like some rankings guys have, but the ADP people are using is generally going to be free leagues, where now you start having some big money leagues being drafted. And my data I use is going to be all off of the drafts I do. And then later in the year, you don't really need to do that. You can actually go off what it says, because there's going to be thousands of drafts calculated in. Gibbs and Irving. Look at this running back run. A-Chain, Taylor, Jacobs, Irving. Okay, that's fine with me, because I have my running back. I'm going to put some guys in the queue here. Kyron. I'd like to get one of these guys. I'll even throw Mike Evans in there with a recent injury. McMillan. Elite quarterbacks, their ADP says 26-28 for the top 2. McBride goes to 11. So it's been really running back heavy. So the top 12 running backs are all taken. So there's been 12 running backs and 25 picks. More running backs and receivers so far. Interesting. Burrow should be MVP this year. I mean, if they made the playoffs last year, he would have probably been MVP. He's never won one. You know, that's a big thing in the community, hence why Josh Allen won it over Lamar last year. Why Jokic never wins, didn't win last year with the best season ever. So that is a good bet to make. And like he has been hurt in the past, but I'd say less injury prone than definitely Lamar. I mean, Mahomes has technically gotten injured a few times too. So they can't touch that man. Curious to see how far Breece Hall falls with all the negative news. I'm surprised Hampton hasn't gone yet. Man, am I tempted? I'm not a Hampton guy, but this early, the upside of if Najee Harris lands on the PUP list, getting him in the 3rd round, because I feel like, at least in the best balls I've been doing, he's been going to the 2-3 turn. The latest, like, pick 29, 30. I still have these 4 receivers in queue. And as much as I talked up Breece Hall on the pod, it's looking a little shaky. Now I'll take Breece Hall in the 4th. Got my wife over here following the stream. You want to make a comment and say hello to everyone?
Oh.
She's in 7 redrafts. I'm gonna get a shirt saying my wife plays more fantasy leagues than you do. That's how you know I'm a degenerate, is I've corrupted her. Open 4 picks. There goes James Cook. Wow, he went ahead of the other 2 running backs. So if Tyreek Hill, I know he just missed practice with an oblique. I'm kind of convinced he just doesn't want to practice. New Allen Iverson. There goes Lamar. 2 picks. Higgins, Tyreek is ideal, although I could take Josh Allen here. That would be pick 34. Not into early quarterback so much here, since pocket passers can perform almost as good as rushers. Kenneth Walker. Oh, the tiny dancer. God damn, that's early. That's fine. I'm not taking a quarterback. I guess he's getting Higgins or Hill. Whatever. I'm taking Tyreek here if he's available. I did not think either of these receivers are getting back to me. Arian Hampton. Okay, we're taking T. Higgins. Seems like a very easy pick at the 309. It's pick 33. Story's over there spinning in his grave. Is George Kittle in the queue? Now the receivers really fall off to me after Tyreek Hill and Mike Evans. Adams, Moore, McLaurin, Worthy, these guys are all the same. All the way down to like wide receiver 25. So now we're looking at Jaden Daniels ahead of Josh Allen. Wow. There's no way Josh Allen falls, right? Although, you know what? This could be a Joe Burrow team, too. As much as I don't like doing it, I feel like in the 4th round, in this format, getting the extra bump for passing yards, like who's safer to have? By the way, I am shirtless. I actually naked, so got my hat on. I have my dog necklace. Travion Henderson going ahead of Breece Hall at Camaro. Who do I have in my queue right now? It's a good list. Tyreek Hill. Holy shit. Still available, folks. Still available. Let me know in the chat, what do you guys think if Tyreek, Kittle, and Allen are there, as in 3 different positions? I think Allen would have to be the pick. Let's say it's Burrow, Tyreek, and Kittle. Yeah, he had to take Josh Allen. That's fine.
Burrow,
So as long as the St. Louis. Here goes Breece Hall. I mean, this guy, Booster, has to take Tyreek Hill or Mike Evans. I think when you don't have a receiver in the 4th round, you probably just have to take Mike Evans. You can't have your first receiver have it potentially be retired halfway through the year. Jalen Hurts. Hey, all right. So Burrow's for sure if I want to, but I'm taking Tyreek over Burrow. I mean, it's full PPR. I'll just wait on quarterback. It's a good choice either way. Kittle is probably down the list more. I'll wait on tight ends. I'm moving it to this in case the internet goes. He takes Tyreek, so I'm going to have to go Joe Burrow.
yes.
I don't know how much of a value it is. I think it kind of is because he's the last of the Mohicans. And maybe, just maybe, some guys reach on Mahomes and some of those other guys. Bo Nix. I don't like having one running back. It's a very safe team.
That Burrow to Chase guy's gonna shank
There's
you.
no way he was getting him at 48, though. So we got to start planning ahead here. I'm going to have the 509, which is 48. That's the 57th pick. I'm going to want my second running back at some point, and they are just flying off the board. So kind of sucks to be left behind here, but I guess I could have taken Kamara. That would have been the only one. Mike Evans, pick 43. Jesus. I'll play the upside game with the Harvey. I really love Swift, but this early in the draft season, a little worried about them. My boy Brian Robinson, which would, for me, knock down Swift 10 to 15 picks. If they don't sign anyone, I think Swift is a 4th round pick. George Kittle is still on the board. That kid is back on the escalator again. Cortland Sutton. That is quite early. David Montgomery. Yeah, this just feels gross. This just feels really gross. That's the problem. You go early quarterback, early tight end. You are just at one of the two prime positions sitting a little behind the 8 ball. I can't believe George Kittle is still on the board. Someone's about to get a stupid-ass value. I don't like it. These running backs need to stop going. I don't know if I like RJ Harvey fucking 5th round. Maybe if I could wait and get him at 6. I don't think so. Or I just say, screw running back and try to hammer this wide receiver value. Oh, running back is so gross. Connor, Montgomery, Jones, Harvey, Pollard. I mean, maybe Tony Pollard. Not a Pollard guy. Not a Pollard guy. Let's take a look at some of these other teams. Cortland Sutton at 410. I mean, I don't get it. Look at the receivers on the board still. There's so many. You still have Smith. I mean, Cortland Sutton over Jamison Williams, over Metcalf. Guess you're using a floor play. There goes J-Mo. Kind of like this guy's team. The Burger Kings. Seen him before. He's pretty good. You didn't like the video? You're rude.
What?
Go eat a dick.
Okay.
Only dick here besides mine is the dogs. Kittle, still on the fucking board. Jesus. Pick 51? There's Jalen Waddle. Okay, well. Unfortunately, there's just no way he's getting back to me. Maybe they know something I don't. There he goes. It's a great pick. 5th round. I doubt he goes any later in any of the drafts I do. The 5-4. I have a feeling he's going to be going in the 3rd round in a lot of leagues. That's really early for a Doomsday. James Conner still on the board. That would be a pretty nice little pick. Not sexy. I have a very workmanlike team, you know. Not quite the Pretty Woman of prostitutes. Kappa, have you seen Pretty Woman? What's your thoughts on that movie? Been 2 picks. After the draft, I'll go through each team, like 10 minutes or so, and kind of grade them. And give myself an A+, of course. So if Connor falls back, which he's likely to fall back, both these teams have 2 running backs. Although DK Metcalf's on the board, but I still have Metcalf, Flowers, Hunter, Ridley, Pickens, Olave. I love all those guys. So I think I take Connor. Oh, why are you taking a 3rd running back in PPR, you prick? Okay, I'm going hero running back, as they call it. I'm not taking any of these guys. I guess I could take Harvey, but I'm not doing an uncertain. There goes DK, you son of a bitch. So I'm gonna take 57. I'm gonna take George Pickens. I might probably just go one more receiver here too. She Rice at 5'10". It's an aggressive pick. I know Story would take RJ Harvey here. Oh, and I'm considering it depending on who these guys pick. Ibuka. Pick 59 for Ibuka. Harvey, Pollard. Chico, it gets real gross here. Man, there is some guys later, though. Travis Hunter at 60. Go Swift. Flowers, Wrigley, or Olave. Or do I take the gamble on Harvey? It's a tough one. That's a tough one. His ADP is bullshit. It's not going to be 70. And, okay, this guy's got Henderson and Harvey. And Ibuka. Okay. Drafting against a counselor here. Like any of these running backs. Ricky Pearsall, good pick. We're taking Calvin Ridley. A lot of catch-up to be made. Put Laporta in the queue. And then, man, this is gross. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, every team has to have 2 running backs, right? 2, 3. This guy's got 1. He's hurt. Almost every team has at least 2 backs. Debo screaming up draft boards. That's a good pick. Tony Pollard. A-Chain being questionable. Got to have that one. So, let's set the queue here. Oh, Tyrone Tracy. I don't know if I like that. Starting a scrub at running back, folks. Take a look at the squad. Receivers are strong. Quarterback's elite. Derrick Henry's good. But there's a glaring hole there. A Hope Solo type hole. If you know the inside joke of Hope Solo having a giant vagina. It's very big. Big for an athletic girl. You think it'd tighten up? Not the case. Sorry, Hope. Jacoby Myers at the 6'9", ahead of Olave. It's falling a little bit. Jerry Jeudy, Diggs. Still a lot of really good receiver values to be had, but it falls off fast. Seems like every year I end up just going 0 RB. I hate doing it. There he goes. This guy's got a good... I like this receiver room. Gibbs, Irving, and then he's got those 4. Man, that's the problem with early quarterback. Seems awesome. So I picked Burrow over Kamara, DJ Moore, and Mike Evans. So Mike Evans or Kamara would have been the pick. I would have just taken Tyreek Hill had he fallen. There goes Tyrone Tracy in the 6th round. These guys love their running backs. No one has taken Mahomes or Mayfield. I need both of them to go off before I pick. That's ideal. And if I take Caleb Johnson, I don't think I could start him week 1, though. A lot of question marks there. Okay, now everyone has 2, almost 3 running backs. There's 3, 2. There goes Mahomes. Okay. Someone take Baker. Actually, someone take Bo Nix. I can laugh. In the 7th round. Jalen Warren ahead of Caleb Johnson. It's interesting. Fucker's got 4 running backs and 2 receivers. Bro, it's PPR. What are you doing? Silly fuck. This guy's got the idea. RB, and then hammers 5 straight receivers. Mahomes, gross. Yeah, Story, we know you hate Mahomes. At that point, I don't hate it. In the 7th round, I mean, that's fine. I don't think I like my Burrow pick in the 4th round any more than that one. Okay, this guy takes 2 tight ends. That's awful. Always a bad strategy. What are you doing? Got the great value on Kittle and then just throws it all away with a Kittle, Myers, Laporta stretch. Gross, man. Come on. So what he's saying is he's starting Laporta at his flex, which is not going to outscore Stephon Diggs. Probably going to outscore Cooper Kupp. Jordan Addison, suspended and hurt. There goes Montgomery. I was actually looking forward to, I'm not a Montgomery guy, taking him. Man. Okay. Do I have one guy in my queue? I have one guy in my queue. This is... Alright. We're doing it. Taking Caleb. A lot of question marks here. Gonna be tough to start him week 1. I'll tell you that much. Really tough to start him. But at pick 81, for a guy I feel like should go in the 60s... Story says, was shaping up to be a great team, too. I mean, Aaron Jones, Millen, yeah. He definitely ruined it. It's Burrow to Chase. I took Burrow, so... Unfortunately, there's no trades here. I would offer to trade him, Joe Burrow, and fleece his ass. So I have my 4 receivers. I have my flex covered. I think I might want to take one more receiver here. And then I'm just going to wait at tight end till the end. I think I might want to take one more receiver And that's Stephon Diggs, who's a perfect bench receiver. See how the injury plays out. Juwan Jennings would also be really good. I think Golden's solid. Keon Coleman. So any of those guys are my receiver, and then I can just not take another receiver. Roll with 5, honestly, with the guys I have. Maybe take a 6th in the last round. Oh, Pat Bryant. I don't know if you guys heard the news that Vele got traded today. Pat Bryant dominated the last preseason game. Comps to Michael Thomas. I'm not a Cortland Sutton guy. Mims never plays, so the obvious candidate to be the leader there, besides Cortland Sutton, would be Pat Bryant. So that's a nice late round flyer I'm going to throw out for you guys that I've been hesitant on because of my weariness of Bo Nix and also just the crowded room. The Packers ask crowded room of shit. But Vele, who was a 7th round pick 2 years ago, they kind of liked. Not anymore. And I just don't trust him to play Mims. And he's the number 2 there, right? I mean, Mims doesn't play enough, so I don't know who else. They have Troy Franklin, I suppose. College teammate of Bo Nix. I don't think he's anything special. So the question is, for the chat story, Caps, is it Diggs or Jennings to you? Jennings has more of a recent injury, but they'll probably make it for me, the decision for me. But who you going with? You got a minute to help me out here. Although the Niners did just trade for Sky Moore. All right, I'm getting one of them. So which one is it? Diggs. Story says Diggs. Story, do you have Kappa, do you have a vote? He's probably going to say Jennings and have to make the fucking deciding vote. I do think it's probably Diggs, too. At this point, we're looking at a bench receiver, and the guy is only a top 24 guy. I cannot wait to hammer fucking handcuff running backs. This whole team, this whole bench is going to be running backs, folks. Joe Mixon. That's an interesting pick. Okay, taking Stephon Diggs. I haven't even looked at the buys. I don't like to look at buys. It's not bad. I do have 3 receivers on week 10 buy. Doesn't matter to me. It's 1 week. The best player available. Now, we hammer running backs. God. Bill Jakronsky Merritt. So high. Selecting Spears. I'll adjust this later. Tootin. Benson. Ray Davis. Man, Austin Eckler, but is there a receiver we would take? Juwan Jennings I would just take if he falls. How is Matthew Golden still available? Man, there's some studs down here. Jennings' injury is a concern. It's just, if it wasn't for the contract, I would be a lot more concerned with the injury. Just, we've seen it before. I'm injured. I'm trying to get a new contract, and then they sign the contract, and mysteriously they're back at practice the next day. But we have no way to know that. There goes Kyler. Bo Nix still on the board. Look at these quarterbacks still on the board. Pick 92. That's why you wait a quarterback, folks. I mean, I don't practice what I preach because I took Joe Burrow. I just think there's no safer bet right now at the value you're getting him in the 4th round than Joe Burrow. Locked in 25 points a week. There goes Golden. That's a good pick. I don't even like him, but it's a good pick. If Jennings comes back around, I'm going to have to take him. Then I would officially be done with receiver for the draft. This is, I believe, 18 rounds. 18 rounds. I'm not going to be taking a kicker or defense. Advice to those of you that are new to fantasy or need some strategy. This is 2 weeks and a day, so 15 days before the start of the season, at least before the start of the opening day. And we all know guys sometimes get injured the day after that. Don't take a kicker or defense unless you get insane value. Never take them until the last couple rounds anyway, but you wait. You take some running backs, and look what just happened with Brian Robinson. Like, take shots on guys that could be thrust into starting roles, high upside dart throws. Pat Bryant, even as a receiver, for instance, what if they name him the starting receiver, right? What if they say that it's not going to be Troy Franklin? What if Marvin Mims gets hurt? Guys like that. Kicker or defense, that's never going to change. And we also never know who the guy is. We don't know the best kicker every year. Every year, the first kicker always busts. The first defense always busts. Unless it was the Bears in the 2000s. That was a good unit. I could consider a tight end, and that's Tucker Kraft. So I should probably start looking at that. It's a little early.
You love him.
Yes, I do. And I do. Evan Ingram I don't like, but all these guys are gone. And this guy took 2, so that's going to kind of push him up. There goes Michael Pittman. So tight end. This guy's got 2. Doesn't have 1. Doesn't have 1. Has 1. Okay, and these guys, they all have 1. So I should be good to wait for the 10th round for Tucker Kraft. Brian Robinson, interesting pick, my boy. Well, there goes Evan Ingram. So the problem is, you do what I'm saying, and the 3 guys after me, 10 through 12, those draft slots all have tight ends. Not high drafted tight ends, but you should never take your second tight end. You don't want to start one in the flex, and they end up doing something stupid like taking a second tight end and it screws you. There goes Krosky Merritt. Pick 103. I think this is prime Cam Scattaboo territory. I'd probably just... Fuck. There he goes. So Ramondre Stevenson is available. Spears, Dobbins. Fuck. I'm going to take Dobbins. Since I have... Yep, I'm going to take Dobbins. I hate Dobbins, but I might have to start him week 1. I might have to, because I don't know if I want to start Caleb Johnson week 1. God, I really hate that pick. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's okay. I'm going to get some hate from Story on that pick. All I know is week 1 they had the Titans, and I got to see what I have in Caleb Johnson. And I don't want to start Stevenson week 1. I just don't feel comfortable starting Caleb. I think I'll just start Dobbins week 1. That's kind of a stupid strategy. It's fine. Give me my Tucker Kraft, and then Kelsey, Warren, and Joku. No reason any of them should take a second tight end. I've seen it. We've all seen it. I just can't wait to hammer running back here. Nice butt. You want to grab me one more brewski?
Not right now.
That's why I asked you when I had half one left. You need to have a bartender during these drafts. That's key. All right, Quinshon Judkins, sorry, Story. Pick 109 and Bigsby. This guy's just hammering running back. I guess he didn't take one to Breece Hall. Good call. Braylon Allen, good pick. There they all go. Give me my Tucker Kraft, baby. And I'll go through my team here for those new to the stream. Come on. This guy takes Tucker Kraft. Booster. COVID booster shot. Do not do it. Here we go. All right. Top 5 tight end in my mind. Go through the team here. Burrow, Henry, Caleb Johnson. That's a big question mark. But I got Neighbors, Higgins, Pickens, Kraft, and Ridley. Diggs and Dobbins on the bench. Hate that Dobbins pick, but had to make it. Needed some type of security there. There goes Marvin Mims. Bo Nix. So maybe his ranking is not accurate because he went well after. Actually, no one's taking quarterbacks in this draft. I don't know what I'm talking about. Kyler. There's still a lot of good guys on the board here. Purdy, Goff, Fields, Prescott. Yeah, you can get Fields so late in this. Yes, it is 20 yards per point instead of 25, but it is 4 for passing touchdowns, so a guy like Fields can still make some hay. It's making me regret my Burrow pick in the 4th round. It really is. It's all right. Start hammering running backs here. A lot of good guys available. Rendo, Benson, Rashad White, Algier. Get some Algier in my life. Nick Chubb actually might. You know what? Thinking about it, I should not have taken fucking Dobbins because Nick Chubb is the same thing. And better for early season because Mixon may be out for 4 to 6 weeks. Justin Herbert over Brock Purdy. Oh, story says let's hire a bartender. Well, you can pay Erica. How much is it going to cost, babe? Be our bartender? Story, you bring a cooler in the room when we do our podcast anyway. You don't need a bartender. You plan on getting hammered? Bring a bigger cooler. Thoughts on the team so far? What do you guys think? I know you're probably going to hate that Dobbins pick, and I get it. I do get it. You guys love taking their tight ends. Quarterbacks are just falling, though. The thing about these leagues typically, though, is there's no trades and it's super deep benches, Fantrax, that almost everyone takes 2 quarterbacks. So the waiver wire is barren. Usually about 26, I'd say 26 quarterbacks are rostered. Everyone has 2 and a couple guys have 3. So it is smart. Typically I don't take a second quarterback, even if you have a Burrow or Mahomes or Josh Allen. But you kind of have to in this. I'd be looking more at like a Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward. Okay, well, these running backs are really flying. I need to get 2 good ones here. Tootin, Benson, Davis. A Benson-Davis combo would be fucking ideal. Correndo. They gotta wait on Algier. His rank, Algier's rank is just disgustingly low for the best handcuff in football. Look at that. 163. Goes right next to Jalen Wright. Kendre Miller is right next to fucking Tyler Algier. What are we doing? Dowdle goes ahead of him. Jerome Ford goes ahead of him. Jaden Blue. Maybe more playable week to week, but we're shooting for league winners, folks. Man, I really like this guy's team. I do really like this guy's team. Los Pollos. No, Pollos Hermanos. Breaking Bad fan. Starts out with 2 RB1s, and he gets 5 receivers, and then Javonte Williams, who's a playable guy. 2 question marks at tight end. One of them will work out, and then Justin Fields, high upside quarterback. Really like this guy's team. We'll go through him at the end of the draft. Garendo is back. That is true. The problem with Garendo is, like, when he gets the job, he just ends up getting hurt 3 weeks later anyway. So, yeah, if you want 3 weeks. But you could tell me Garendo, if tomorrow both Bijan and CMC are out for the year, you'd rather have Garendo than Algier? Like, I've seen Algier have 1,000 yards in the league. I've seen him be a pinball. He's good in pass pro, underrated pass catcher. He's the guy. System, yes, better with the Niners, but Algier's the guy. Wow. So shooting. Oh, fuck. There goes Trey Benson. So where are these guys at in ranks? Is there a chance to get Algier later? Now the problem is the Bijan drafter has 2, 3, 4, only 4 running backs. So it'd be in his best interest to take him at one of these picks. So I probably won't get him coming up. I have Tootin highest. Tootin or Davis? That's a toughie. Pick 129. We're taking Davis. Putting Garendo ahead of Najee Harris with the uncertainty. And we can only hope we get Algier in the next round. I don't think it'll happen. Henderson and Harvey, this St. Louis guy. It's a lot of volatility there, but Charbonnet and Allen is nice 3 and 4 for him. You know I love me some Keon Coleman. And a kicker to win the 12th or 11th round. And a defense goes in the 12th round. He wants the defense won and the kicker won. Although we never know that. Those are pretty safe bets, but come on, man. This guy's got 3 receivers. Thomas, London, and Hunter. Fucking wild, dude. This is wild to me. PPR, bro. Got 3 receivers? Look at what receivers are available. Trey Harris, who got hurt today. It's bad. It's really bad. There is nobody. I got my 5. I'm good. Well, I got Tootin after all. Filling up the bench running backs right now. I'm going to want to take at least 2 more before I touch anything else. Dak still available in the 12th round. Drake May still available. Caleb. Put Jaden Blue. Samson. Dowdle. Right. That's about all she wrote. Kyle Pitts is still there. Look how far down my guy is. Chickaconquo, 192 ADP. I love that. Kate Otten now as well. The injuries. Isaiah Likely might be the perfect tight end 2 target, though. If you want to go late tight end for a backup. If you want a roster 2. 193. Seti Tillman. It's his 5th receiver. What's gross? Story taking the kicker and the defense in the 12th round, 11th and 12th round, or my Tootin pick? Is that gross? He says why. I'm guessing you're saying why to the defense and kicker because they want the elite options. Didn't you know? Aubrey is a stud. So is Little in Jacksonville. Moment of truth here. Bijan team. Some of these people are stupid and don't want to do that shit. Takes Jaden Blue. So now I don't think he's going to take a 6 running back this soon. He's got Robinson, Hubbard, Tracy, Warren, and now Blue. He's got 5 receivers. And Brock Purdy. I can see him taking a quarterback here. Oh, that's not a good spot. I'll put it back. Put it all the way to the bottom. I want to talk to Sampson. He did it. I called it. Dak Prescott. Okay. So, there is a chance. Oh, my word. I'm getting me some Tyler Algier. I would take Nick Chubb as well. I'm going to go ahead and put Chubb ahead of Harris. I ended up starting Nick Chubb week 1. Who do they have? Who do the Texans have week 1? Jags? Maybe it's the Colts. I know it's not the Titans. Well, Story, he said kicker and defense early is gross. Once upon a time, me and Kappa, our first dual, combined fan. There goes another kicker. Our first Fantrax draft we did live on the stream. A kicker went in the 3rd round. Maybe it was 4th round. I think it was 3rd. It was Justin Tucker. And I just freaked because we were like 2 picks after that. And he took Justin Tucker. And this is, prime Justin Tucker. He was actually a kicker, won that year, but it doesn't matter. Well, there goes Nick Chubb. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I got to start Dobbins week 1. Gross. I would reenact my reaction to the Justin Tucker pick, but you had to be there. My reaction is just very organic, and I freaked. I don't think I've ever seen that. I guess I accidentally put like a wrong sticker up on the board, but this is online, and it wasn't auto picked because he's way down the list. This guy scares me. He only has 3 running backs. But a lot of guys ahead of him. I would take Dowdle. At this point, maybe even Najee, because if Najee comes out and starts practicing next week, Najee's going to start going in like the 10th round. I feel like he'd start going next to Stevenson. But I can't predict that. Don't do it, buddy. Yes. All right. End up getting it. We are making up a lot of ground at running back, folks. I'm loving this. McDonald's would be very proud. Here's a question. Harris or Dowdle? Harris or Dowdle? Story? Kappa? What's your call? I doubt they both get back to me, but if they do, who are we looking at here? 14th round. I feel like Harris probably has more upside if there's an injury or even week-to-week playability, but could be dropped next week with the news when the news drops. There goes another defense. Dowdle, easy. Wow, okay. Why is that? Because you don't think Harris is playing football this year? I know Harris is bad. He's Harris even suited up. That just means he's bad even when he suits up. Is that what you mean? Okay, you're good. See, thanks. Keep on taking defenses. I'll keep on taking RB2s. That's cool. 3, 5, 6 running backs. This will be my 7th running back. I'll keep taking them. That is true. PPR, Dowdle is a better pass catcher. And it will be more of a split. I'm just thinking more of, with injury, like I want the starting running back in the Chargers more than I want the starting running back in Carolina. I'll fucking take one more, dude. I have technically 2 more bench spots if you count kicker and defense, which I'm not going to be taking this early. Who would it be, though? I think I don't need a tight end. I mean, Jordan Love, 100%. How far down is Patty Bryant? Has he been taken? Has Pat Bryant been taken? What's going on here? Jesus, ADP 233. Heyo. That's gonna be my dart throw. Man, I still love these guys. I think I might just keep taking running backs. Let's keep on doing it. I'll have to take Jordan Love if he's there. But I don't think he will be. What does the quarterback situation look like? It's Love, Tua, Young, Ward, Geno, Darnold, Stafford, Penix. Oh, there's a fuckload. Those guys are all the same. Besides Jordan Love. 7 running backs right now. All right. If any of these 2 guys are there, I'm taking Corum or Shipley. I kind of like Shipley more. Put Jordan Love up to the top, though. And we all know we can get Pat Bryant with our last pick. Let's see how the team looks. All right, look at the rosters here. What the hell is this? I want to look at all my redrafts. Here they are. All dates and times going all the way down there. That's the first one I did. A lot on the docket here. A lot on the docket. Onto that. Okay. So we got Burrow, Henry, big question mark at RB2, but we have Higgins, Neighbors, Pickens, Tucker Kraft, and Calvin Ridley. Diggs is our reserve receiver, and then running backs we have Algier, Ray Davis, Dobbins, Dowdle, and Tootin. And one of those guys has to hit, right? Woody Mark. Over Shipley, huh? Let's take a gander if they're going to take a quarterback here. This guy's got Hurts and Lawrence. This guy has Josh Allen and no backup. So he would definitely take Jordan Love. Let's just hope to get Jordan Love. That'd be a fucking value. 15th round. You grab me that beer. Baby Snakes?
Baby snake?
Mm-hmm. Coaching the guys on also how to allure the woman to get a beer for them is called a pet name, and they get sweetened up, and then they get a beer. Did that ruin my Baby Snakes comment? Sweetie pie? Haha, see? Make them laugh. That works too. Okay, it's looking like we might get Jordan Love here. This guy's got he's got 3 quarterbacks. If you take Jordan Love, you're just a fucking fool. Why does this guy have 3 quarterbacks? It's not best ball, bro. Okay. I am set. I'm just going to roll with 1 tight end. I believe in Tucker Kraft. So much. So running back, ideally 2 more running backs and Pat Bryant. See how things play out the rest of the preseason and practices. I think it would be Will Shipley. There's some guys down here I'd take too. Not Damian Martinez. Sounds like a landscaper. Whoops. That was a Freudian slip. Ooh, Keystone Light. I'm classy right here. That just makes my Martinez thing just sound way worse. He makes a Mexican joke and he's drinking Keystone Light. Fucking put the clan hood on him now. I haven't had a Keystone Light in like 10 years. $8 for a 15 pack. That's why I'm drinking it. Well, this guy still does not take a second quarterback because he has Josh Allen, so I wasn't going to let Jordan Love slip through my fingers. All right, Will Shipley. We're getting one of them. One more handcuff. God, I love drafting like this. Hasn't worked out in recent years, the last couple of years, because no running backs got hurt. One of these years, the handcuff strategy is going to just fucking pop off. Still pretty pissed at my Dobbins pick. I fucking hate Dobbins. You know, I talked myself into a story because I told you I had him higher in my ranks, and I didn't know why I had him high in my ranks. And I still like Harvey. Okay. Will Shipley it is. Taking running back and then Pat Bryant. Receiver, I'd consider taking another receiver. Io Manor, maybe. Adonai Mitchell? Nope. Giddens? Mustard. And that's really it. Jesus. Okay, I'll look at my second tight end here. Ooh, likely. Yeah, you know, Jesus. I think likely's the pick. Oh, there goes Kate Otten. But Blake Corum's still on the board. I know there's been some news, them talking up. Well, there goes Corum. God damn it. TJ Giddens is fine. Gone a little too much running back. So how about I take my backup tight end? And then I drop. I gotta figure out who I'm gonna drop. It would probably be Shipley and Dowdle. '17th round, Zach Ertz. Kind of like that. Story, you want to stay on here and grade the teams with me? About 10 minutes. I'll go a minute each team. I'll give you my grade. You give me your grade for the teams. Chris Rodriguez goes. Deep pick right there. I like that. Guy's savvy as shit. Oh, no, he's not. He's the guy who took 2 tight ends. Not savvy. He says, yep, he will grade the teams. What do you want to do? Go out of 10, 1 through 10, letter grades. What do you think's best? I guess now with like how school is, they don't do letter grades. They do like positive reinforcement grades where everyone wins. We could do that too. You're a winner. What are your thoughts on Pat Bryant? Letter grades, he says. What are your thoughts on Pat Bryant? Story with the Baylor news. I know you weren't the biggest fan of him out of U of I coming out. I liked him. I just thought it was such a crowded room, but he offers something that no one else does there in terms of a big slot possession receiver. Michael Thomas, Marcus Colston, if you will, those kind of guys that have made impacts as rookies in his offense. There goes Pat Bryant. Let's go. Now I take my backup tight end. We call it a day. Look at that run of running backs. It's be hard to give myself a good grade on this team, seeing as I have a glaring RB2 problem. I mean, you'll probably grade it better than me, Story, because you love Caleb Johnson. I'm not as high on him, but I see the upside. I see him also playing 40% of the snaps. At least to start the year. Tyler Loop. Is that his name, or is it Tucker? They had another first kicker with the first name Tucker. Well, it'd be last name Justin Tucker. So from Justin Tucker to Tucker Loop. Or Lupe. Brian only had 54 receptions in a weak Illinois wide receiver room last year. He did have 10 TDs, so I see the upside in a big body receiver in that offense. Okay. Kyle Monungai, that's Story's favorite pick. I just hope this Brian Robinson situation gets figured out soon for many reasons. Not just my best ball shares. Can't do anything about those. But I'm hesitant to pick Javonte Williams and DeAndre Swift and almost Chase Brown. You know, if he goes to Cincinnati, I'm not going to be taking Chase Brown ahead of Josh Jacobs. Like, right now, he's got nobody. If they bring in a professional, DeAndre Swift has an actual guy behind him. Williams is a better player. Oh, there goes Likely. God damn it. I'll take my guy, Okonkwo. I like Likely more in this situation, but we'll take Okonkwo. All right, let's go through and give some grades here. Actually, what I can do is, give me a second. I can go to the league and do this. Here we go. All right, first team. We got Burrow to Chase. He has Chase. He didn't get Burrow. Fuck you, bitch. Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, Kyron Williams, Xavier Worthy, McMillan, Jones, Mahomes, Mason. I'm just going to kind of scan through here and take a look. So his starting lineup, his fourth receivers McMillan. So Chase, McConkey, Worthy, McMillan. Like that. Kyron and Aaron Jones. That's a solid RB2 in that situation. Mahomes and Mark Andrews is his tight end, with Jordan Mason being his bench running back. Let's take a look at his bench here. Stevenson, Spears, got May and Sampson. 2 defenses. That's the fuck, man. Chase, McConkey, Worthy, McMillan. I'm gonna give this a C+. What do you think, Story? It's a very safe team. Worthy and McMillan will be more X factors. Very safe team. Mahomes, I mean, that's good value, dude. It can't be worse than what it was last year in the 7th round. He got B-. What did I say? C+?
Well,
I'm drunk. Okay. B-, C+, same thing. Burger Kings. Bijan Robinson, McBride, JSN, Hubbard, Jameson Williams, Tracy, Warren, Jennings, Downs. So his lineup is looking like Bijan, Hubbard, Tracy is his flex, which I'm not a fan of. JSN, Williams, and Jennings and Downs, 2 hurt receivers. Higgins, who's got depth chart questions. Okay, sorry he doesn't like the Mahomes thing, which is hilarious. That's the downfall of the team. This team I don't like. He's starting Tracy or Warren as flex. I like his running back depth, but he's looking at his 3rd receiver being 2 question marks, and then Higgins and Io Manor. So he has no receivers in a PPR. I don't know what he did, and he doesn't have an elite quarterback. I do like Brock Purdy. He does have McBride. That's what happens when you take early tight end, but I'm giving this one a C. Actually, no, I'm giving this one a C-, dude. Fuck it, D+. Thinking about it, that's a D+. I just don't know where he's going to get his 3rd receiver production from, and his flex is going to be a middling running back. I just see no upside on his bench here. Jaden Blue, maybe. Woody Marks, no. I love Io Manor. That's a fucking D+, dude. Story, give me your, what do you think? I'm giving a D+ for that team. That's fucking, he has C-. That's a fucking bad team. And this dude is actually usually pretty competitive in these leagues. All right. Los Pollos Hermanos. Okay. Gibbs, Irving, Harrison, Sutton, Waddle, Olave, Judy, Javonte Williams. Tight ends are Loveland and Kincaid. Fields is a quarterback. Backed up with Caleb Williams. He has Garendo, Loveland or Kincaid. Probably Kincaid to starts. That's going to be a tough battle all year to know who to start, but I see what he did there. And Fields with Caleb. Kind of weird that he took 2 kind of X-factor upside quarterbacks opposed to a Fields and Purdy or Fields and Herbert. But I like his this is a team I would draft. So I love the build of this. I'm giving this one a B+, maybe even A-. It's right on that cusp. Yes, they do, Story. There's no trades, and there's 18 rounds, so the onesie... I'm more about taking backup quarterback because tight end goes so deep. Like, there's only so many starting quarterbacks, and you kind of have to in these. That's why I'm super happy I got Jordan Love in, like, the fucking 15th or round or whatever as my backup. But I really, really dig this team, and I actually am going to give it... Fuck it, I'm giving it an A. I think this is an A. Some of the receiver selections aren't my favorite, but the build is fucking perfect. Yeah, B-. Why do you say B-? Maybe I'll go a little lower. I guess I'm just so excited by the build. This guy drafted a proper team where you see a lot of guys making mistakes, and it doesn't matter. The mistake teams can still come back and win. We've seen it before. But I love the idea of locking down running back and then just having a lot of options at receiver. Yeah, I know you don't like Judy, and you're not a big Waddle guy. I'm not a big Sutton guy. Too early for Harrison. I would agree with that. But I love how he has options, and I feel like of those 5 guys, 3 of those guys will hit. That's what I love about it. And getting Javante, I know you don't like him either. I guess I'm more in love with the build than actually the players. So you have B minus. Who's delirious? C Harles. Which team is actually absolute cheeks? The Pollos Hermanos team is cheeks, or are you talking about Burger Kings? Are you Burger Kings on the stream? You let me know, and then me and Story will talk it out. Go on to the next team, though, before you, or while we're waiting for his answer. Next team, similar build here. Barkley and Jacobs to start. Wilson, McLaurin, Kittle, Myers, Laporta, Golden, Pittman, and Herbert as the starting quarterback. Bench, you got Kirk, early defense, early kicker, Kyle Williams, Leggett. I don't know about that. I like this team. I just don't understand why you go 2 tight ends in the first 7th round. Team 3 after Bucky is garbage. Yeah, I mean, he said Story said B minus, so I don't. He didn't say it was that great. I like the build more than I like the players, and maybe that's kind of got in my head a bit. But it is a good build. I feel like Waddle could pop. I love Olave personally, so that's gonna. I don't like Sutton. I'd like Harrison, not where he's at, and then Judy, I'm mixed on. But I like what he did there. He's got 2 elite upside late quarterbacks. He has 2 upside tight ends, and he has the receivers, and he's got 2 awesome running backs. So, speaking on Team Teta, again, Barkley, Jacobs, Wilson. So he's got 2 elite running backs, and then Wilson, McLaurin, Myers, Golden. The Golden was great value with what's going on with the injuries there. And Pittman, same thing, man, with Josh Downs being hurt possibly. But the 2 tight end thing is just it's a killer. I don't get it. He recovered from that because he got some pretty good values. McLaurin could be a great value at 409. Myers, I feel like it's a little early for a steady Eddie, and then he has Herbert as his quarterback. Doesn't have a backup quarterback. That's a problem. I'm gonna say B minus for this team. He has a C. All right, Blood, Sweat, and I'm hoping it's Blood, Sweat, and Beers because that's cool. Maybe Tears. CeeDee Lamb, then Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Devontae Adams, Roma Dunze, Pacheco, Addison, Cup, Brian Robinson, Jordan Reed. That's his top 10. Kind of a scrubby bench. So his lineup's going to be Lamb, Adams, Adunze, and then he's going to have Taylor, Cook, and Pacheco as his flex. He has Stroud as his quarterback and Kyle Pitts as his tight ends. Kate Ottens is probably his tight end. That's a strange team. Lamb, Adams, Dunze. Way too early on a Dunze. He took a Dunze before Smith, before Metcalf, before Pickens, before Rice, Ibuka, Hunter, Pearsall, Ridley, Flowers. I don't know about that one, man. He likes it. Story likes this team. Why do you like this team, Story? The flex is Pacheco. I do love Pacheco, but I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm going to give this one a B. Maybe B minus. I like some of the players, and he has a lot of receivers. Jaden Reed at 1008, that's a great pick. He's got some upside there with Ayuk later in the year, but his starting quarterback CJ Stroud. His quarterback and tight ends are weak, and I just don't see the upside. Taylor Cook appropriate. Yeah. I see him in the onesie positions. I got nothing. And like how good are his receivers, and his running backs are solid. Okay, I think you're going to love my team then, Story. Number 6, we have the Misi. I don't know what the rest of it is. Jefferson at 6. That's amazing value. Jefferson, A-Chain, Lamar, Evans, Devonta Smith, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Shakir, Ingram, and Shaheed. He took Jared Goff kind of early as his backup. He's got Ford, Chubb, Jonnu, and then Scrubs. You would think he'd build him. Okay, he could build it through the waiver wire. This team, so he's got Jefferson, Evans, Smith as his starting 3 receivers, A-Chain and Pollard, and then Montgomery or Shakir as his flex with Lamar, Evan Ingram, who is a startable tight end. This is a solid B. There's nothing flashy. I think it's safe. It'll probably get the 6th seed. If A-Chain is healthy and this is just an overblown injury, I like this team a lot more. But he is leaving himself. I guess he has Nick Chubb, who could insulate him the first couple weeks, but this is not. This is a running back frail team where there's not a lot of upside there, and I guess he has Lamar to even that out. This is an A. Story likes this team. Yeah, I mean, Evans at 4.7. That's a fucking value, dude. That's a good value. Devonta Smith's a good value. So the receivers, the top 3 receivers are studs. You got Steady Eddie and Shakir. The Pollard to Montgomery combo, Pollard early in the year. I guess it all depends on A-Chain and where he got him. I don't hate. Yep. Okay, 7th pick, Rads. Ashton Genty, A.J. Brown, Kenneth Walker, DJ Moore, James Conner, Debo, Hawkinson, Kyler, Krosky Merritt in the 9th round, Mims. His bench is Trey Benson, Tillman, Dubs, Ali Gordon on the 15th. I feel that's a little early. So Genty, Walker, and Connor. So Connor's his flex. Genty and Walker are starters. A.J. Brown, DJ Moore, and Debo as his receivers. Problem is his bench receivers are Marvin Mims, Cedric Tillman, who I love, but not great, and Romeo Dubs. So that's a really weak receiver room. Doesn't have an elite quarterback. Doesn't really have an elite tight end. I mean, they're both solid as a tight end and quarterback, 7th and 8th round. That's where I don't like drafting these guys. But Krosky Merritt, like, that's the Kool-Aid, man. Like, that's super high for we don't know. We just don't know. I'm giving this one a C+. Just because the running back, he's running back heavy, and I don't necessarily love the running backs. DJ Moore ahead of Mike Evans and Terry McLaurin. I don't like that. Good value on Benson. Evans and Smith, yeah, that's good. He hates C+ also. All right, next team, TD show. We got Puka at 8, Bowers, Hampton, Kamara, Metcalf, Flowers, Mayfield, Keenan Allen, Cam Scatterbo. This is the guy that took 3 quarterbacks. That's just going to kill. I did feel he has got nothing on the bench. Hopkins and Thornton. So his receivers are Puka, Metcalf, and Flowers. So his flex is Keenan Allen? What the fuck? He has Bowers. This is the Bowers problem, right? This is a fucking D. I mean, this is a fucking D. He has no flex. He has 3 quarterbacks and non-super flex. What is this? DK Flowers, I like that. His receivers are good, but then he has nothing outside of them. Keenan Allen, Hopkins. Okay, you tell me this is a D. Number 8. Tell me that's a D, Story. Is that the worst team we've seen? Because Bowers is cool, but his quarterbacks are lackluster. He has 3 of them. I don't know why he took Bo Nix. Just take McCarthy, or don't take McCarthy and take Bo Nix. Or don't take Baker and just take Bo Nix and McCarthy. Because what are you going to do with those guys? Well, I'm not worried about, like, the Puka and the DK things aren't the problem. The problem is what he did to back up his players. He has Keenan Allen as his 4. His 3rd running back's Cam Scatterbo. Whoa, hold on. He has 3 running backs, folks. He has 2 defenses, 2 kickers. This motherfucker's got 3 running backs. Cam Scatterbo's his 3rd running back, and that's all he has. So he has no bench running backs or receivers. Okay. I'm making this an F. TD show, you're officially getting an F. I'll give you an F+ because you have Bowers, Nakua, Hampton could pop off, Metcalf I like, Flowers. His starting lineup could be okay, but this is an injury game. All right, going to move over to my team. I'm curious to see what Story thinks. I'll give it a grade after he says it. Neighbors at 9, Henry, Higgins, Burrow, Pickens, Ridley, Caleb Johnson, Diggs, Dobbins, Kraft. Benches, all running backs, Davis, Tootin, Algier, Dowdle, Love, Shipley, Pat Bryant, and Okonkwo. So I'm going to have Neighbors, Higgins, Pickens, and Ridley is my flex. Running backs are going to be Derrick Henry and Caleb Johnson with maybe somebody else. And then I have Tucker Kraft and Joe Burrow as my onesies. So you give me a grade. I think it's a B. I think it's one of those teams that it doesn't look as great because the starting lineup isn't complete. Caleb is an X factor. I like his ability to be a solid RB2, but right now he's not. Good value on him though, and then I'm just gonna figure out that's one. My one weakness is RB2. Depending on if you like the receivers I took, I know you kind of do, but it's very volatile at running back. Yeah, but I have a million, I guess, is the counter to that. In a full PPR, if I want my weakness to be anything, it's running back. And if I'm going to do that, I want a million of them. And then I can just play matchups. You know, a couple weeks, a guy gets hurt, and I have a starter in Dobbins or Davis or Tootin. But I don't want a weakness in my flex. B plus. Wow, I said B. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was boring at first and ended up being a very exciting and very volatile team. But after some of the teams I read off, I like it a lot more. 10th team. CMC, Chase Brown, Jaden Daniels, and you got Tyreek Hill, Rashee Rice, Ricky Pearsall, Travis Kelce's a tight end, Joe Mixon, Godwin, Eckler. Jesus, this guy went fucking aggressive. His bench is Mooney, Rashad White. So he took all injured guys. All injured guys. He has fucking Mixon, Godwin, Mooney, Rashad White in 4 out of 5 picks. Those dudes are all injured. So his lineup, though, McCaffrey and Brown, love that. Probably the best running back room in the league. Tyreek, Rice, Pearsall, Godwin, Mooney. But who's his flex? So I don't know who his flex is. But see, that's where you don't want to be weak because you don't have an option on either way. And if you lose a top 5 pick, where's he going to go? He is going to lose a top 5 pick because he has Rashee Rice. It was too early on Rice, kind of early on Pearsall, even though I love Pearsall. But he took the value away by taking him that early. And he has Tyreek Hill. Like, this is the most aggressive team I've ever seen. If Joe Mixon is somewhat healthy to start the year, only misses 2 games, if Godwin comes back after week 4, if Mooney is back after week 2, and Rashad White's healthy, this is one of the best teams in the league. But yeah, if it's status quo, which is what we think, and where these guys have been being selected based on the injury risk, this is a fucking deep. I can't put it at D plus because there's running backs. The funny thing is he has McCaffrey, who's super injury prone and question mark, and Chase Brown, who's unproven. Who I love both those guys, but like there's not a single safe pick. Jaden Daniels I love, but he's unproven. There's not a single safe pick here at all. So yeah, he says you have to have some stability. But Daniels, you can't say he has stability because he's had 1 year and he's injury. He's a noodle. There is no stability. This is either going to be. This could be the worst team in the league, or it could be a playoff team. I don't think there's anything. He's not going to finish 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th. It's 12th or 4th for this team. So I got to give it like a. Coleman is his 4. Luther Burns is 5. Running backs, you have Henderson, Harvey. So his flex is going to be... Who's his flex going to be? Keon Coleman, probably. He's got to start RJ Harvey week 1. His quarterback, he's got Hurts and Warren. I know you love Warren's story. This is a B minus. I just don't... It's a very aggressive team if those running backs hit. And you got the likes of Charbonnet and Allen, who are elite upside plays, but I feel like he took Allen early. Like he took Allen in the 10th, way ahead of Algier and Davis. I suppose he's going to have more of a weekly role, but early for Warren is flying up draft board, especially with Danny Dimes being the starter. Warren's going to start going. He went right after Kelsey. He's probably going to start going in this range every time, or maybe ahead of Kelsey. So... But you love Warren. I don't know what kind of value you're going to get there. He's ahead of Njoku. He was picked in the same round as Laporta. So yeah, that's early for him. What do you think of this team story? He doesn't have a lot of backup plans. I love Keon Coleman, but he's pretty safe at running back with his guys. But early in the year, it might be rough. He's going A minus. I can't get that high. I'm going to give it a B. That is an aggressive way to draft. I do appreciate that. All right, last team, Team 12. Big D. He's got a big dick. Brian Thomas, Drake London, Josh Allen, Brees Hall, Travis Hunter, Swift, ETN, and Njoku, Junkins, Bigsby, and now he took an early kicker, early defense. Okay. He's got Roshan Monongai. So he's got Thomas, London, Travis Hunter as a starting 3 receivers, Brees Hall, Swift, ETN's as flex. Every team has a wart in here. I mean, every team has a wart. I don't know if there's a single team that I could say is all around fantastic. Maybe the one team that waited on quarterback and tight end that I thought I liked. I think it was the Justin Fields team. Even though I didn't like the players he took, he has the most complete starting lineup and depth. What is your grade on this? Because I'm not a Thomas guy, but I love London. Still kind of early, though. Josh Allen, Brees Hall, Travis Hunter, Swift. So he doesn't have a flex. His tight end isn't great. A lot of question marks. I'm going to go B-. Yeah, a lot of hedging, too. Good call. He's got... So he has all 3 Bears running backs, and he has 2 of the Jacksonville running backs. So he's really limiting his upside here, where like opposed to what I did, I have Caleb Johnson, I have Dobbins, Davis, Tootin, Algier, Dowdle, Shipley. I have a piece of all those backfields. One of them will hit. C- for him. Okay. So who do you think has the best team, Story? Are you going to go with, you didn't like Los Pollos. It can't be the first team. It can't be the second team. He has Tyron Tracy as his flex. I still like the third team. The one guy I said is Cheeks. I still like that. It can't be the 2 tight end team. It can't be the Ndunze team. Genty, no. No. I don't want to say my team. Can't be 10 or 11. The ASB team. Which one's that? Amon-Ra St. Brown team. Okay. He likes that one the most. All right. I guess I can see that. If you love Mbuka, Harvey Henderson. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the most complete team. He's got, if Warren pans out, he doesn't have a hole in his roster. I guess my thing is having 2 rookie running backs that may not start from day one. At least may not get the lion's share of the work. But with the Charbonnet and Allen combo, okay. That might be the best team. A lot on rookies, though. Just too lazy to name. What's up, man? All right, well, that was fun. We'll see if I can get my professional fanatics here at 9. I'll see if I can get my running back spot here down. I'm trying to think what I could have done better here. I could have maybe taken Kamara instead of Joe Burrow. And then, gotten Kyler or some shit at quarterback and not taking Caleb Johnson. Would that have made it a better team? What do you think, Story? Would you rather have my team have Kamara instead of Burrow? And just for an example where I know I could have got him, instead of Caleb taking Kyler Murray? I know you hate Kyler, so that's not a good exercise, but... Or instead of Dobbins, I take Bo Nix. No, I wouldn't have had Burrow. We'll just say I have to rotate. I get Kamara, and then I still take Caleb. Instead of Dobbins, who I wouldn't have taken if I didn't have a running back problem because I hate Dobbins, I get Bo Nix or Justin Fields or something. So I would have my starting lineup would instead have Kamara as my RB2, but instead of Burrow, I would have had not a shit quarterback, but Brock Purdy or some shit. So I don't know. I guess having Burrow, in hindsight, that's why you don't take early quarterback, because it does seem better. But if I could figure out my RB2 spot, having Joe Burrow when the rest of my roster's solid is what's up. All right. That's about all she wrote. Thank you for your insight story. As always, I'll see you in a couple weeks. I have a lot of these coming up. I have 16 of these. So I'll do as many as I can on the stream. Where did Pacheco go? Pacheco went 6'8". So I was looking at him. I could have taken him. I was debating taking him over Ridley, where Ridley's my flex, and that would have been my RB2. But I just saw the upside of having another number one, not a number one fantasy receiver, but a number one option in that offense, and I love Cam Ward. And I thought there was a chance I could have got him, but running backs went off so early. Pollard went right before him. And then you got Tracy, Jones, Warren, Montgomery. Like, these guys went off fast, man. Really fast. But I got to not get to sleep, but I got to log off. But thanks for watching. Whoever's watching, thank you, Story. I will talk to y'all soon.